Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Pajamas Media is a very politically incorrect news source. And they actually have very good journalists working for them, including Barbara Kay and Janice Fiamengo, which makes it really hard to understand why they put the following garbage up on their YouTube channel, which I'm going to be responding to in this video.
I'm Steve Green, this is Trifecta, and let's bring on Scott Ott and Bill Whittle and talk about, well, I think it's the toughest story I've seen in quite a while. Gents, a 17-year-old girl, and drunk if I had to guess, started making out with her boyfriend outside an Eminem concert. Things got out of hand, and of course at least one person there had a smartphone and began taking pictures of the whole thing. I think we can all be grateful there was no video. Now this photo we're showing you is cropped. What you don't see is, well, what you don't want to see.
So if this random chick that we don't know anything about did something really embarrassing, well, she must have been drunk or something. And somebody else is responsible for this. It's definitely not her responsibility.
The pictures ended up on the internet where the girl has been what they call slut-shamed on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and it's been so bad she reportedly ended up in the hospital to be sedated.
So okay, there's this new phenomenon, okay, that feminists are telling us about. It's called slut-shaming, and it's really bad. Don't know what it is, but it's really bad. Apparently it puts people in the hospital. That's how bad it is. It puts people in the hospital. It's very mysterious, very strange. You can't understand it. It's just slut-shaming. It's the slut-shaming. It comes from the internet, and it puts people in the hospital. Very scary. It attacks people. This girl was attacked by slut-shaming.
And Scott, I got so flustered right in the intro to this, I couldn't even think of a good question to open with. So I just want to get your reaction to this story.
This guy was so flustered, he almost fainted. He almost ended up in the hospital himself. That's how bad this is. It's that bad. Oh, it's so terrible. It's very scary. I don't know how this guy was able to do this show. He should be in the hospital right now. He's been attacked. Just by finding out about this story, he's been attacked. Assaulted, actually. Raped, actually. This man has been raped. But he's a very brave guy. He's not one to complain.
Well, I mean, there's a whole industry devoted to creating in the minds of men the idea that women are tramps, that women are for your sexual pleasure, that women are for your abuse, that women...
Seriously, this is pure demagogy. What Scott is saying here makes no sense at all. Women have many purposes. It's not an either-or. What is this industry he's trying to describe? He won't say. He just calls it an industry. There's no way to evaluate what he's saying, because he won't tell us what he's talking about.
It's now totally acceptable to refer to women for whom you have esteem by the same name that hunters used to refer to their female hounds.
Oh my god, there's a word and it's being used in a new way, which is something that should never happen to a word. Oh my god. A word is acquiring a new meaning. And this tells me something. It tells me a lot. It tells me that this whole culture is going to hell. The world is going to hell. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Help me.
This is an industry that is making millions, if not billions of dollars by what they used to call objectifying women. But for some reason, the women's movement has grown strangely silent over this issue.
Feminists aren't complaining about objectifying women. Why? I don't know. Well, they're not doing it. Feminists are silent. They're not complaining about women being objectified. I mean, they just... What happened to the feminists? They're gone. They just disappeared. They vanished. Where are the feminists? I don't see any feminists.
Maybe because the same people who work in that industry contribute to the Democrat Party and are greasing the skids to get away with whatever they want.
Ah, the feminists are actually objectifying women themselves. Ah, that's why they're not complaining. Who is he talking about? What is he talking about? We don't know. Why is he even talking?
This is reprehensible. This is disgusting. A drunk woman cannot give consent for anything, and any man who does that to a drunk woman and anybody who films that is abusing and raping that person.
So disgusted, I can't even use my brain. So this girl did this in public. She must have been, she was raped because she sucked a guy's dick in public. So this girl who sucked a guy's dick in public, she was raped, but according to this guy, because obviously she was drunk when she did it. And people just allowed this. And Scott seriously said, whoever is taking the pictures raped that woman. This is Scott's idea of what rape is. Scott, there is really seriously something wrong with you.
I'm sorry.
Scott, you better be sorry.
Thank you for that, Scott. Thank you very much for that.
Scott, thank you for showing everyone what an idiot you are. Bill Whittle is awesome, by the way. I have no problem with anything that he said. And I thank him for injecting a little bit of reason into this ridiculous discussion.
People talk about this kind of behavior as degrading the society, but I actually think it's kind of the other way around. I'll be doing an afterburner on this kind of thing with Miley Cyrus, and I think the point I want to make is, it's not that acts like this degrade the culture. You have to ask yourself, what is it about the culture that gives young people such a sense of hopelessness and lack of dignity that this sort of thing is common? Because listen, guys, this one got on camera, but this kind of thing happens all the time.
You know, folks, I gave Bill and Scott the big issue questions because I want to take a moment to zero in, to focus in on the real bad guy in this story.
Remember, everyone, men are bad and women are victims. That's what we have to believe.
Now, we can complain about the internet, we can complain about the over-sexualization of everything, but this story has a real villain, and it's this young man, it's this stupid kid. If he had just 1 ounce of respect for his girlfriend, he would have stopped her, he would have taken her home, and he would have tucked her in to sleep it off. Instead, he's holding up his arms as if this is some kind of victory, and on the internet, he's being treated as a hero. Well, he's not being treated as a hero here, and I hope women everywhere take this story to heart and refuse to get involved with men who don't respect them. You know what? You need to demand that of us, ladies, and you need to act like you're worth it too.
What a good man. That man really knows how to respect women. Did you hear that, ladies? Did you hear that?
So for PJTV and for Bill Whittle and for Scott Ott, I'm Steve Green.